Hey guys, it's Danielle and I am here to share my week 8 with you, and I am going to be working with my Felicity Jane London kit, and I'm starting out kind of in the middle of this project, I guess, in a way. I don't know if that's really the correct way to say it, but I had already completed my week 8 and it was just one side of a Design A page protector. And then I found more photos, and then I realized I could complete a full spread, which is ultimately my goal. So I'm kind of starting over. I'm still using a lot of the same products that I was originally using. I'm just adding more to it. You can see that my title card is already done because I had already completed it. And now I'm just sort of figuring out how to combine the pictures I had already printed plus the pictures that I had found and merging everything together. You can see here that I'm just trying to get a balance of black and white photos mixed with my color photos mixed with my collage prints. And so I'm just making sure that none of them are really grouped together in chunks so that it all has an even distribution across my spread. And now I'm getting my cards situated and figuring out where I actually want to put those. Again, mixing what I had already kind of started using with things that I'm adding to it. They're all coming, all of the things that I'm using are coming from the Felicity Jane London kit though, like I've already talked about. So once I feel I have a nice balance on my spread, I'm going to go ahead and start putting everything all together. Now, the first set of cards that I'm going to be working with are this really cute green and white striped card, and I cut some white cardstock into a banner shape, and I plan on putting an embellishment on there. And I'm filling out this really cute card. It says notes on the side. It's just really cute, but it's just a photo of me and my daughter cuddling on the couch, and I just write how these days she is just a super busy 5-year-old and we don't get that time to cuddle and be silly, so I always appreciate that. I have this picture that I made a collage print here. This is a photo of my brother's dogs, Nora and Rosie, and my brother was out of town for about a little less than a week, and so we were watching them while he was gone, and so of course I had to get them into my album this week. Now I am working with this photo of my daughter doing some creativeness, I guess. I don't really know what to call her playtime. What she's literally doing right there is she took a calendar that I wasn't using and she is coloring all the squares in, and that's just right up her alley. Or you can give her a notebook that has lines and she'll like to color in the lines of the paper. It's just what she likes to do. So that's what she's doing there. And I am using the stamp set that came in this kit. There's one that says everyday things, and this is definitely an everyday thing in our house, is her using paints and markers and crayons and gelatos and stamp ink, whatever she can get her hands on to color in certain parts of whatever she's coloring in. I know that sounds a little crazy, but that's our everyday life, and that's okay. I like that she's creative. So I wrote down my journaling, and I had that last line that I couldn't really figure out what to put there, so I decided to use my date stamp and put the date in that line. It was the perfect little spot for the date of this photo. And the only thing that I wish I would have done different is used this date stamp on something else throughout the layout, like maybe all of the journaling cards or at least another one, just so this wouldn't have been the only one, but that is okay. So I'm pulling out another set of cards here. You see that I have this pink and white or red and white striped card, super cute. I cut another banner out to put on that, and I'm going to be doing the same thing that I'm doing on the other card like this. I'm going to be putting an embellishment on there. I pull out my stamp set again to use that on my journaling card. These are photos of my mom and my daughter, and she had came over during the weekend, her and my dad did, and my mom was just playing with my little girl at the table, mostly just checking out what she's doing with all of these fun art supplies. And so they were just being silly, and I captured a fun couple photos. They weren't very good photos, and that's why they're black and white, but they're definitely genuine and in the moment, and I love that I have them. And I just put how grateful I am that my mom is close to my daughter, and that her and my dad live close enough that they can have that relationship. I treasure that a lot. Now, I love this striped card. I got it messy and dirty, so I took some white cardstock and just am covering over the imperfections. I got some ink on it. And again, I'm pulling out my stamp set again to find a word that would work with my story. you'll see that I pulled out this happy word, and it had some ink on it, so I just wanted to make sure it wasn't going to transfer. But the happy was just a little bit too small, and I thought about maybe stamping it several times, but I didn't know if I was going to like that, and I didn't want to cut out another piece of cardstock. And so I just found another stamp, and this one says smile, which works super well too, so it worked out fine. But this is just a photo I took of my daughter and my husband counting my daughter's money. My dad had given her all the change in his pocket, and she wanted to put it in her piggy bank, which then always results in them counting all of the money. So I just talked about how they had counted her money again this week. And that seems to be something that I think all little kids like to do. I can remember my brother doing that when we were little. So I think that's probably a pretty normal thing. So now I sped up this video pretty quickly because I'm going to show you how I decided on my embellishments. I would normally cut a lot of this out because I'm just playing around, but I decided to leave it in this time just so you can see sort of the process I go through. What I do is I have a tray of all of the embellishments that come in my kit, and I just play around with them and play and play and play until I decide I like something. And so you can see that I tried several different things here, and what I ended up with is something very plain in comparison to what I was doing. And so it always makes me chuckle a little bit how I always just settle on the plain thing. And so you see that I have these stars here, and that is what I do. Now, I do take a lot of my cards over and stitch on them. I do think that adds a lot of character to my spreads each week, and I really enjoy doing that. And so I did that to several cards this week, and now I'm just getting them into place. And after this, I get my stars in place, and I call it good. So I just wanted to thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to the Felicity Jane blog and check out the inspiration from all the other girls on the creative team. There's so many great things over there, and hopefully we'll see you all soon. All right, bye-bye, guys.